Hi student staff, my name is Jen Doors. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm the residence director of Laurel Village. I'm really excited to introduce Module 7 to you all today because it's centered around communication. To me, communication is a really fundamental piece of the way that human beings in general understand and navigate the world, which translate to it being a pretty important part of our residents' experiences and therefore your roles as student staff members in supporting those experiences. When I was a brand new RA, I really struggled to figure out how to effectively teach communication and then also how to communicate myself. I was thinking that a positive community looked like there was like no conflict, I wasn't causing any waves or any tension, and a fellow RA challenged me to reframe the way that I think about communication and consider how effectively communicating means telling the truth, and that conflict is a part of the human condition, and that in order to effectively communicate with folks, you have to anticipate that there are going to be differences and that there may be conflict or tension, but the best way to understand people is to anticipate that conflict and be able to have the knowledge and skills to communicate across difference. And as we tie this module into our diversity, social justice, and inclusion work, an idea from MLK that is really powerful to me is that peace is not the absence of tension, it's the presence of justice. And so as we're thinking about our DSJI work, as it relates to communication, consider how the ways that you're communicating aren't avoidant of conflict or avoidant of pieces of injustice or difference, because maybe that feels more comfortable, but really do everything you can to delve into those pieces of conflict or tension that may make you uncomfortable, because that's the way that we're going to most effectively address injustices and oppression, and create communities that are more safe and inclusive for all of our residents. And lastly, as you go into this module and really your work as a student staff member in general, think about the way that you create change when you are promoting effective communication. And we can sometimes think of the world as this big whole thing. Another way to look at it is a collection of 7 billion or so different perceptions of the world. So when you're changing one person's perception of the world, you're changing a piece of the world itself. And beyond that, when we're teaching our residents communication skills, they're going to pass that on to the people around them. So really it has a broader ripple effect. So as you're doing this work, thinking about communication, thinking about change, thinking about diversity, social justice, and inclusion, go out there and change a piece of the world.